first time you fall in love?
Every damn day.
आपको wildest fantasy?
You don't want to hear that on the camera.
Who would you collaborate with? Strings or Foo Fighters?
Obviously, Foo Fighters. Who wouldn't want to work with Foo Fighters?
Anything on stage, I mean, you might have done something cool.
One screamed at me, "Aapki zip khuli hui hai." I'm like, "Meri zip khuli hui?" On a mic, 20,000 people grab the mic, go zip, and then everyone hears the sound.
Hi, welcome to Andaz Daily. This is Faraz Said, and we are in conversation with Mr. Ali Noor. Hi, Ali Noor.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Absolutely. Ali, let's go a bit back. आपका जो बेसिक बैंड जो फॉर्म हुआ था that was in 1996 और उसके बाद आपने बैक टू बैंड हमें बहुत ही हिट एल्बम्स दी और उसके बाद ब्रेक्स आते थे और उसके बाद फिर आप लोगों ने एल्बम्स देते रहे तो हाउ हैज़ बीन द जर्नी सो फार?
It's been crazy. That's all I can say. It's just a crazy journey. It's a journey where we've been constantly trying to discover ourselves, understand, and try to learn how to continuously survive failure after failure, and that's what life has been.
So recent hit through Coke Studio. Plus you started Coke Studio in 2008 where you actually directed one of your song Aaja Re More Saiyan, but that was after a hiatus of 2 years. Why 2?
Terrible with these numbers, man.
अच्छा तो 2 साल की आपने गैप क्यों लिया आपने?
मैं तो गैप ही गैप लेता हूँ.
गैप ले लेते हैं आप अपनी ऑडियंस को इतना इंतजार क्यों कराते हैं?
मुझे मेरे हालात बहुत इंतज़ार करवाते हैं और मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ, मेरे हालात मुझे मजबूर कर लेते हैं. सो आई एम अ वेरी एक्सपेरिमेंटल पर्सन एंड आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली ट्राइंग टू फिगर थिंग्स आउट एंड आई सपोज टाइम जस्ट पासेस बाय एंड पता नहीं लगता.
कोक स्टूडियो की जर्नी कैसे हुई?
अच्छी है,
Hits.
excellent.
Back to back hits.
Hits are I have no idea.
Amazing or interesting?
The journey is always interesting, but my thing is I'm a very restless person, so nothing works out for me.
जिंदगी में कितनी कहानियां बनाई हैं, एक्चुअल कहानियां बनाई हैं जिंदगी के साथ?
जिंदगी की कहानियाँ एक्सपीरियंस बहुत की हैं, बनाई तो नहीं है, बिकॉज गाने जो होते हैं वो तो बेसिकली उसका एक छोटा सा चंक होता है और उसको फिर आप एक मेलोडिक स्ट्रक्चर में ले आते हैं, बट जिंदगी में कहानियाँ एक्सपीरियंस की हैं.
So you've been very vocal about how expressive and dedicated your parents have been. How expressive and dedicated is Ali Noor as a parent?
I don't know if I'm as a parent. I'm not that dedicated. I'm very expressive, and I am very dedicated to. At first, I used to say work, but I don't think it's work. I'm very dedicated to ideas, and I think I'm very dedicated to trying to see certain things through, and that's what drives me.
Do you express yourself, your emotions, love, the affection to the people around, especially to your kids?
Way too much.
In a similar way जो आपके parents किया करते थे?
Way too much. I mean, that's all I know, and I not only to my children, it's to a lot of people. Sometimes people like थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा smothering हो जाता हूँ मैं, but I'm very very affectionate.
ठीक है.
I think I'm a bit too expressive.
Relationships is a very important part of life और उसकी ownership लेनी चाहिए. अब what is this idea कि relationship एक तो that people are very indifferent about relationships आजकल. आप कहते हैं कि ownership लेनी चाहिए.
So don't misunderstand a relationship, which just happens because you happen to be born in a family, because you are forced to be in a school and you have many students, your classmates. That's not relationships. Relationships are not bhai ka relationship, miyan biwi ka relationship. Relationships are essentially the bonds that are built over time by an effort of 2 or more parties who are trying to build a connection. And once they are built, then they become very sacred. Those relationships have to be kept intact because they are the basis upon which you evolve. And I think every human being has to evolve. So when I say relationships, it does not mean कि अगर मियाँ बीवी ने गलत शादी की है आपस में तो वो एक relationship तो नहीं हो सकता ना, या 2 बहन भाई आपस में उस तरह से connect नहीं कर पाए जिस तरह से कर जाना चाहिए था, जैसे मैं और अली हमज़ा फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल करते हैं, वो काम के थ्रू किया हमने, तो वो रिलेशनशिप्स इंटैक्ट रहने चाहिए. सारे रिलेशनशिप्स तो इंटैक्ट रह सकते ही नहीं है, बिकॉज वो होते ही नहीं रिलेशनशिप्स.
ठीक है.
अगर हैं तो फिर रहने चाहिए.
So, do you believe in love?
Absolutely.
First time you fell in love? Teenage, बचपन में?
बचपन से यार.
मतलब we all fell in love. बचपन के अंदर.
But I fall in love way more than you fall in love, I assure you that.
Okay. ठीक है. So did you marry your first love?
No, and I said again, I don't believe in the much in the institution of marriage. I married only because I don't think I think that love and marriage go hand in hand. Yes, I'm lucky that I married someone who I love. I've been in love many times. I will fall in love many more times. And what I know of one thing is for a fact that love is something जिस पे किसी का कोई इख्तियार नहीं होता है, तो उसको बहुत genuinely embrace करना चाहिए. Marriage on the other hand is a societal requirement. Marriage is a cultural requirement, and people equate marriage with morality and all that stuff. That is something which for me is a very personal matter, just like religion is, just like your idea of God is. And I personally would not like to impose my personal views on someone else. And my personal view is that as much as love is a very paramount and a very powerful force, marriage isn't.
ठीक है. अच्छा, कोई बचपन की ऐसी कहानी, the weirdest thing that you've ever done for your love?
I must have done a lot of things like that.
Any one story that you can recall right now?
I remember, yes, but that wasn't for love. That was just, actually love and romance go very hand in hand. It's always been romance. I think love से बहुत ज़्यादा मज़े की चीज़ romance होती है. एंड रोमांस के लिए मुझे याद है कि मैं ए लेवल्स के टाइम में एक लड़की थी जो मुझे बहुत पसंद थी, तो वो हम इम्तहान देने जा रहे थे, तो मुझे याद है कि मैं आई एम टेकिंग एन ए लेवल एग्ज़ाम. इट्स अ फाइनल एग्ज़ाम. इट्स नॉट
the most important thing in your life.
So they had these multiple choice questions, and you had to write essays, and you had like 30 minutes to finish the multiple choice questions. Another 40 minutes to finish your essay. I would just finish the multiple choice question and leave the essay and just come down to hang with her. That's what I did. I mean, इससे ज़्यादा और क्या हो सकता है? And I remember I still got 3 Ds, which is pretty cool. I didn't fail. I cleared the A levels, but I refused to. मैं वो essay का पूरा section छोड़ देता था, so I could have that half an hour extra to spend with that girl.
Wow. Nobody would have done that.
No, nobody would have done that.
अपने अब्बा जी को क्या ही जवाब दिया होगा आपने?
अब्बा जी को मैंने जवाब क्या दिया? She was very upset when I got the grades. But I was like, शौक दा कोई मुल नहीं, प्यार दा कोई मुल नहीं. That's all I can say.
True.
जब प्यार हो गया तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता.
हाँ, प्यार तो अंधा होता है.
हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा.
बहुत अंधा होता है. कितना? अच्छा, उसके कोई हद तो होती होगी.
मेरे लिए तो कोई नहीं है.
अच्छा.
But एक बात ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगा कि प्यार जब ज़िंदगी से हो जाए और लोग ज़िंदगी का हिस्सा बने, तो उस प्यार का मज़ा ही कुछ और है. और प्यार अगर किसी एक इंसान के साथ हो जाए और किसी स्पेसिफिक चीज़ के साथ हो जाए, तो फिर वो पॉजेसिवनेस हो जाती है. वो बहुत ही गैर इंसानी चीज़ हो जाती है. सो वो जब प्यार अंधा होता है तो वो बहुत डेंजरस होता है.
अच्छा, तो bit of questions, random questions. The weirdest rumor about you that was actually true?
Was never so interested in.
Those are all rumors.
It must be, but I have a very deaf ear too. मुझे पता नहीं लगता क्या हो रहा है, so I.
अच्छा, ठीक है. आप कभी वो paparazzi magazines वगैरह?
आपको क्या लगता है कि मैं पढ़ता हूँ?
नहीं पढ़ता. तो फिर कोई wildest fantasy जो शायद कर चुके हो, या you might want.
You don't want to hear that on the camera. मैं अपनी तकरीबन सारी wildest fantasies पूरी कर चुका हूँ. और
give us a bit of hint के.
You really don't want to put it on screen. I mean, I have no problem telling you, but it's all very dirty stuff, man.
But it's okay. It's okay with us.
No. I mean, every time I wanted to, do some crazy stuff, I've been able to do it.
Okay, so you've had your fair share.
I mean, I'm not much of an adventurer, but when it comes to messing with people's heads.
Yeah. So you've been able to do the stuff that you want to do? Plus, you were talking about how you met.
So a fantasy just happens in front of me. So like let's say imagine if you, and I can't take names, but imagine if you saw someone on CNN and you said, I really wish I can be with that person, and you make it happen.
Okay.
That's the kind of things that have happened to me in my life. I mean, things that I had never imagined when I was barely 12 years old, that this is what I want, and some of that has come true, yeah.
That's really...
That's big stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
ठीक है. One thing that completely changed your life, the very idea of life.
It's going to be a very long answer. I don't want to, I mean, you really have
Was that a single event that changed the very course of life?
So yes, that has happened to me.
Okay.
That I'm right in the midst of it. It's not an event, but it's a realization. And it was right under my nose.
Okay.
All along. It's almost as significant as Newton discovering gravity.
Okay.
It's
so
as significant.
That big.
It's that big.
Okay.
And that was essentially the work of my grandfather, as I got to see his work in its entirety, and understood that his work completely defines the future course of the whole of mankind. It was that big.
You're referring to Raza Qasim?
I'm referring to Raza.
The great man.
But his work is yet to come out, because I lived my entire life with him, but I never seriously delved into his work because I don't think I had the capacity to do that. When I turned 40, something just happened to me, and I started understanding what was going on, and I realized that no one to date has understood what he was trying to say.
Okay.
Seriously, he's been always talking about things that were very tangible, but he is literally redefining how almost every aspect of life, every single aspect of life is going to be redesigned. He's talking about a brand new species of the human race. And as I speak, it gives me goosebumps. And my life changed because I think as much as I would like to say that my role is that of a musician or everything, but I think sooner than later it will be thrust upon me to make sure that his work gets out to the world. And the dream that he has for the entire human race to change, some of that needs to kick off soon, and that responsibility is on my shoulders, which needs to be shared by 100,000 other people, because there's no way I can do it myself.
True.
But right now, that pressure has totally changed my life. Yes, it has. Yeah.
Well, that's too philosophical for our viewers. But so another question: have you ever? So you've been using social media quite a lot. Ever stalked a fan, or you dated a fan? Yeah.
No, I've never screwed my fans.
So, no, really.
No, yeah,
Aapka
never.
band 96 there.
I just you don't have sex with your fans? Never?
Achha.
Nope.
No, not even dates.
If you date, you're gonna have sex with them, right?
Yeah, well, that's complimentary.
yeah, right. So you don't do that. You don't fuck your fans.
So a quick questions. So, your favorite singer?
My favorite singer. I have a lot of favorite singers.
Is it Ali Noor himself?
Not at all. Okay. No way. What are you talking about, man?
There are people who like themselves. That gives them a bit of boost.
I pity those people. I really like, as a singer, I really like, I don't know if you've heard of Tori Amos. I really like her.
Yeah.
I like Sting a lot. I like Seal a lot. He's got a brilliant voice.
Okay.
And then, of course, there are many new singers. I love Rihanna sings, for example. Yeah, I like the way
Madonna.
Madonna da Budio.
How about Nicki Minaj?
I love Nicki Minaj.
You love Nicki Minaj?
I love her. I loved the Pink album. I think it was insane. Okay. Pink Friday? No. Yeah, Pink Friday was called.
Or what about Lady Gaga?
Lady Gaga to khair
She
insane
just goes gaga over
she's
everything,
insane. She's insane. But Nicki Minaj I really liked. One album I really listened to it from beginning to end and had
And
some
it gives you goosebumps sometimes.
she's
Like,
really good.
Yeah.
बाद में I think she's gone a bit off.
Yeah,
But उसकी एक album,
ठीक है.
the one where she's got these big legs and the pink screen, that's it.
Better singer, Ali Zafar or Ali Hamza?
Ali Hamza.
Ali Hamza. Who would you collaborate with? Strings or Foo Fighter?
I've already collaborated with Strings. Of course, I'll collaborate with Foo Fighters.
ठीक है, because another.
I've worked with Strings so many times. Yeah,
अच्छा.
yeah.
नहीं, मतलब if you get an option, catch up Strings or Foo Fighter.
Of course, Foo Fighters. Obviously, Foo Fighters. Who wouldn't want to work with Foo Fighters?
ठीक है. So the coolest thing you've ever done in your life?
No. Why would I do something and think it's cool?
Anything on the stage? I mean, you might have done something cool.
I've done a lot of uncool things. I don't remember doing.
So
cool
let's discover what were the uncool things that you've done.
I've literally gone on stage with like pativi pente. I've gone on stage where
That was fashion, right?
No. It's mistakes.
Before
like
it was a fashion.
पूरा फट के वो पता भी नहीं लगा जिप से वो कटा हुआ. I've been on stage with एकदम मुझे याद है बहुत शुरू में someone screamed at me, आपकी zip खुली हुई है. And I'm like, मेरी zip खुली हुई on a mic, 20,000 people grab the mic, go zip. And then everyone hears the sound, and then the way they laugh, it was insane. It was bloody insane.
The randomest thing you've ever done, and you realized, oh, this was the most random thing you've done.
What does random mean?
Random is like, it had no purpose. It was not required, but you just did it because out of fun.
So my daughter bought this thingy some days back, which had, I don't even know what it was, some toy which had balls in it, and it had some water in it.
Okay.
And she was like, it was ready, and I don't know what came. I just like tore it apart and wanted to see what the balls come out, and I just took them all out, and I just wanted to see.
That was interesting.
And then I think she also got into it, and then we started taking all the, I don't remember, but something like that happened. Yeah.
Have you ever like really pulled off a swag? For instance, you might have left the stage in the midst because you've had an argument with the organizers. कभी कुछ इस तरह का हुआ? नहीं. और any other event जहाँ आपने कहा that's just बस ये swag था.
Swag नहीं है, लेकिन I think लोग मुझसे थोड़ा सा डरते हैं because I'm a very I have a certain personality, and I am very like I do something else. So if I go to a show and I realize something is not working out right, for example, somebody says sound check होना है, and they say कि 4 बजे होना है और 4 बजे नहीं हो रहा और delay कर रहे हैं, तो I'll just
scream.
No, I'll just start putting the speakers up myself, start doing the work for all the laborers there, just start making a point to everybody कि आप नहीं करेंगे तो मैं करूँगा, फिर उनकी फट जाती है.
मतलब ये नहीं होगा कि आप छोड़ के चले जाएंगे, नाराज हो गए, या वो tantrums जो celebrities
एक दो दफ़ा I think अली हमजा के साथ एक दफ़ा हुआ था, but that was because somebody was being very rude. I remember, and it was something which was more of a mismanagement on their part. I remember I think it was Nust or something that we were there to perform, and some guy kept on saying security issues, saying यहाँ से निकले, यहाँ से जाएं, ये करें. So I'm like हमारा, then I was like, we just both walked out. And we said we're going, so we just walked all the way from the hall to the gate, and people were running after us. Come back. I'm like,
it's just gone.
But then of course we did come back because halfway through when we got done with our anger, we knew कि ये unreasonable बात है. So
where do you see Ali Noor 20 years down the lane?
I would have said in the grave, but it's being a bit ungrateful.
Let's be more optimistic.
It's being a bit ungrateful.
Let's be alive for 20 years.
20 years down the road. I see Ali Noor definitely not doing what he's doing right now.
Not music.
No. I mean, music will be a very small part of my life. I will definitely be involved with some massive movement.
Okay.
Some massive movement. So I thought I'd go into politics.
Okay.
But I don't think that's going to be the future. I think we're talking about, as I said, another kind of an evolution kicking in for mankind, and I think I'll be at the forefront of it.
So, which is your best song? The song that you like in Coke Studio, Aja Remore Singer, ya Paar Janade.
I like Paar Janade.
People actually connected with that song.
And Paar Chuna De because of the relationship I've had with that song.
Composition बड़ी खूबसूरत बनाई थी.
वो खैर वो इसकी पूरी journey थी, but उसमें because वो it's something that I really liked, and when I saw Hamza sing it for the first time and we learned it from our nano and amma and everything, it was something that has way more value than just the song. It has a family history to it, the way it all evolved, so it's probably one of our...
Would you like to sing the song for us?
ओ मनवारे न तड़पारे अगन दिल की न सुलगारे न भड़कारे न छलकारे ये नैनारे हो मनवारे.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Song. And ये गाना जब आया था तो हर बंदे की जुबान पे ये गाना था. This is again हमेशा के लिए it's going to be there. The song is always going to be there. Thank you so much, Ali. It was wonderful sitting with you, having this bit of philosophical discussion, and I'm really looking for क्या आप उसका की जो genuinity लेके आ रहे हैं in this new evolutionary sort of idea. You wish you all the best and success, and 20 years down the line, your viewers, your fans would still want to see you at a very high pedestal, and thank you so much. Thank you so much. This mug is going to be delivered to one of his fans, but for that he has to do the thing, which is like, share, and comment. This
Like, share, comment,
and
subscribe.